I know this is not the first video that you're watching about how to start your candle business, and I'm hoping it's going to actually be your last, because you can't keep using the excuse of I'm doing research for why you haven't started your business this whole time, okay? Because you know how long you've been taking to do this research that you're talking about. So I need you to make sure that you're watching this video till the end, because I'm going to be sharing with you step by step every single thing that you need to do so that you can finally start your business and stop making excuses, okay? You're just overloading yourself with information, and honestly speaking, you just need to get started at this point, okay? So now let's move on to the first step that you need to take in order to start your candle business, which is defining your brand. You cannot start your business if you don't even know what business you're actually starting, okay? And your business is literally its people. You need to know who it is that you are targeting. You need to know the type of products that you actually want to create for people. This means you need to figure out if this is going to be luxury or it's going to be affordable. Please note, on this channel, I'm going to tell you that you should always go for luxury, because you know what? Affordability is subjective. So it's very, very hard for you to figure out what affordable actually means. And you cannot be struggling to break even just because you're trying to be a good person, okay? So we don't do that. Now, instead, what I need you to actually do is to figure out who it is that you want to target. When you know the person that you're actually selling to, it's much easier for you to then create a product that is directly for them. Now, so this means that you need to know who exactly you're selling for. Once you know who you are selling to and you know the type of products that you actually want to sell to the person, like I said, you're defining your brand, you're defining your brand message. You have to start with figuring every single thing that goes into your brand, that goes into your business, what your business actually stands for, who your business stands for, who your business aims to actually work with. And once you have figured this out, you can then move on to the second step. The second step for actually starting your business is finding your suppliers. I would not suggest that you actually start a handmade candle business. The reason why I say this, hear me out, I know you're interested in it, but the reason why I say this is because, do you have the time? Let's be very honest right now. Either a student or you're working full-time. I know this because majority of my audience is currently at that stage of their life, right? And so as a student, let's be very honest, you're very busy, okay? So you cannot actually make the time to be making candles, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort to actually learn how to make these. Or else, if you are working full-time, I recently started working full-time. By recently, I mean like about 4 months ago. And something I'm realizing is that time is a luxury, okay? We don't really have many of those. So what I would suggest that you actually do is to buy already made candles and resell them. I would prefer that is the way that you actually go about it. So where would you actually find these already made candles? You use Alibaba.com to find your supplies. Alibaba is always going to be the one place that I always suggest to people, because I have gotten some products from there and I didn't have any problem. Make sure that you actually find out if you need to register some things or you need to have any licenses in order to actually sell these candles. You don't want to be on the wrong side of the law, okay? Because I can't help you there. Come on now. And if you are going to actually look for suppliers, please get samples before you now go and buy in bulk, okay? Because you don't want the issue where now you have all of these products and they're all damaged or something's wrong with them, okay? Or the product is just not good quality. You don't want that situation, okay? And so make sure that you actually get samples before you buy in bulk. I am emphasizing this because we don't want to end up spending money only to regret it afterwards, okay? So once that is done, we now move on to our third step, which is marketing your business on social media. The reason why it is very important that you start marketing before you launch your business is because you want to start selling with people actually expecting you to sell, okay? You want to have customers as soon as launch day hits, and which is a number one problem that I see a lot of people having, okay? Because you wait till launch day to finally like tell people that, hey, actually I'm starting to sell this thing. But then once you do that, guess what? No one's going to buy anything from you, okay? And so we don't want a situation like that. Now, I do have a video where I actually talk to you about how to market your business before you launch. And the reason why it is very important that you actually watch this video after this one, okay? Don't go now, don't don't go now, okay? Watch the video, finish it, then you can move on to the next one, okay? But what I'm saying is you need to make sure that you actually watch that video on how to market your business before you launch, because I break it down a lot simpler for you so that you actually understand. We will have a separate video where I'm actually talking about how to market a candle business, but this is not the video for it. What I can tell you right now, which is actually going to help you, is when it comes to coming up with content ideas, go on ChatGPT. I will always suggest that you go on ChatGPT, let it know what exactly you are doing, what business you're starting, why you decided to start that business, and then ask it to actually come up with 30 days worth of content ideas where you'll be posting once every single day. And it's going to come up with everything for you. You can even tell it to create a script for you of what exactly you're going to be talking about. Now, something else you need to understand is there is no one way to do content. You don't necessarily have to be jumping on every trend. You don't necessarily have to be doing talking head videos the way that I do. You don't have to be vlogging if that's what you always see. There are many types of videos that you can actually create depending on what you are comfortable with. Yes, I suggest that when you're starting to create content, when you're starting to market your business, start with your comfort level. You don't want to kind of give up before you even get anywhere just because you're so uncomfortable and you're so out of your comfort zone. Yes, it is good to put yourself out of your comfort zone, but not to an extent where now it feels like a threat. It feels like anytime I might just run, flight or fight. No, okay? You creating content as a whole is already you going out of your comfort zone. So just try to make it as comfortable for yourself as possible. With me, talking head videos work very well for me, and that's the reason why you will see a lot of talking head videos. But then if you ask me to dance, I have 2 left feet. I can't dance. Okay, I can't dance. And then on top of it, those lip syncing, I can't do any of that because I feel stupid. So you see, different people like different things. You see, or rather you figure out what exactly makes sense for you. If you're going to be vlogging, showing people the behind the scenes, sharing what you're working on, what you're doing, that works for you, keep going, okay? But if maybe you are going to be creating a talking head video where you're actually talking to people about who you are, what you're doing, what you're working on, and so on, that works as well. If you decide instead that you're actually going to be creating something, whatever it is that you are doing, while actually having like a voiceover and you're sharing with people something that relates to the candles or something that would be interesting to your target audience, because after all, we spoke about it on the first tip that you need to define your brand. So you need to know who exactly you're speaking to so that it's much easier for you to speak directly to them or to talk about what they're actually interested in. The next step that I have for you, number 4, which is you need to create a launch plan. You cannot just launch and expect people to just buy from you. No one owes you anything. Always remember that. And no one knows you well enough if you do not have a launch plan, if you do not have a plan in place as to how you're going to be marketing your business, how you're actually going to be putting yourself out there, how you're going to entice people to actually buy from you. You're going to have a failed launch day. I can guarantee that, okay? I do have a video that actually talks about how to successfully launch your business, which you are going to watch again after this one. I will have it linked in the description below so that you can actually go and check it out afterwards. But what I am saying is that you need to put a plan in place. This means your email marketing. You need to actually start touching on email marketing. When I'm talking about email marketing, I mean from the people that have followed you, the 100 followers that you have, I would not suggest that you start on YouTube. That's why I'm saying followers, which means you should be starting on TikTok. Okay, YouTube is not child's play, let me tell you now, okay? It's not just easy to grow on YouTube, so I'd rather you go on a platform that allows you to reach a lot of people, not that YouTube doesn't, to reach a lot of people in a shorter time span, if I could say, okay? So go on TikTok and start marketing your business on there. We already spoke about that, okay? Then once you've gotten your 100 followers, your 200 followers, 500 followers, I don't know how long, okay? I would suggest though that you actually start marketing your business 3 months before you actually launch it, so that you have some time for it to actually grow. It took me, how long was it? I think about 60 days. Nope, it wasn't 60 days. Yeah, it was 60 days actually, to get from 167 followers to 1,600 followers on TikTok. I had made this challenge where I was like posting a lot of videos or whatever, so I could actually get to 5,000 followers, but I only got to like 1,600, which wasn't a fail. I don't consider it a fail because like I grew quite a lot actually, from 100 to 1,600. That's really good. For me, that's very good. Give yourself just some time, okay, 2-3 months to actually create a lot of content, get people excited about what it is that you're actually doing. And then while you are doing that, as you are building this audience, you then move on to now creating a lead magnet. You tell people that, hey, if you love my vlogs about, or my behind the scenes about starting a candle business, I have an email list where I go deep dive and share share different scents that you can use to relax, share self-care tips, whatever it is, okay, that your audience would actually be interested in. You then give them a lead magnet. You give them a reason for them to actually give you their email address. So which means that you need to have a landing page. So a landing page is where people are going to be giving you their email addresses. You can use ConvertKit for this. You can use MailChimp. I use ConvertKit. I think ConvertKit is very simple. It's very straightforward. I have tried using other platforms. I don't know whether it's called a platform. I've tried using other platforms and I couldn't figure it out really. But anyway, so use ConvertKit to actually create your email list. Now, from the people that are now subscribing to your email list, you now need to have something that goes out. Firstly, give them the little ebook that you promised them. Give them whatever it is that you promised them. Then proceed to continue updating them on what's going on, keeping them up to date, sharing whatever it is that you need to share. Okay, build that email list so that when you are now sharing discounts, or you're sharing that your launch day is about to come, these people are excited. These people are enticed to actually go and buy your products. That's what you're aiming for here. Okay, so when I'm talking about your launch plan, I'm talking about actually putting email marketing in place so that you can prepare to launch your business. Final step for starting your business is actually building a website. If someone just see you put WhatsApp me at this number on your bio, I will fight you. And I'm being so serious right now. I will fight you, okay? I don't want to see that on your bio. You should be using a website. You should not be using WhatsApp to actually sell your candles. It is very complicated. Not that it's complicated. It looks very unprofessional for you to be using WhatsApp to sell. It's giving small business. And here we are building big businesses. We are building a legacy. We are building generational wealth. And so you need to give a lot of respect to your business, and you need to understand that you actually need a website. So please build a website. You can always find tutorials or over YouTube. I would suggest that you use Wix, but I do have a video that actually talks about different website builders that you can use for your business, and it talks about the different pros and cons for those websites, which I'm going to leave in the description below. So all I'm saying, cough cough wink wink, maybe you want to binge watch my videos, okay, because I do have a lot of videos that are going to help you with building your business. I am constantly posting about that, as much as I post about my life too, okay, because I want you guys to know me as well, okay? So don't waste any more time. I need you to go and watch those videos that I suggested. The next video that you're going to go and watch is about how to market your business before you launch, because it is very, very important, okay? You want to make sure that you get sales as soon as possible, and that video is going to explain that very well for you. The link is going to be in the description below. If I can figure out the end screen thing, I'll do it for you, but just go in the description below, because I don't know. It doesn't always work out, okay?